G'day guys, we've got a probability question today where we've got two events A and B are occurring such that the probability that B occurs given that A has occurred is equal to a quarter, and the probability that A occurs given B has occurred is equal to 2 over 5. Now, we also know that the probability of A and B occurring at the same time is 3 over 22. So we have to determine the probability that A or B occurs. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using these two probability formulas where we've got the probability of A given B is equal to the A and B over B. And this here is our union formula. We have A plus B over A and B. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the given formula and substitute in the information that we know. So to start with, let's do the B given A. We know that the probability of B given A is equal to a quarter. Now that's got to be equal to the probability of B and A, which is 3 over 22, divided by the probability that event A occurs, which we don't know. Now what we can do though is we can take the A over to the other side of the equality and then take the quarter over, and so we're going to have the probability of A is equal to 3 over 22 divided by 1 over 4, which is basically going 3 over 22 times 4 over 1, which is going to be equal to 3 fours at 12 on 22, which is equal to 6 on 11. Cool, so we're going to do exactly the same strategy to find out the probability of B, where we know that the probability of A given B has occurred is 2 over 5, and that's equal to probability that A and B occurs, which is 3 on 22, divided by the probability that event B occurs here. So what we can do, like we did just before, is we're going to rearrange this. So we have the probability of B is equal to 3 over 22 divided by 2 on 5. Now that's like multiplying by 5 on 2, so that's going to be equal to 3 5s are 15 on 2 times 22 is 44. Cool, so now we have the probability of A and the probability of B. What we're going to do is we can then use the probability of A and B as well as the intersection of A and B to work out what our A union B is going to be. So let's just finish this off by going the probability of A union B is equal to the probability of A, which we know is 6 on 11, plus the probability of B, which we know is 15 on 44, minus the probability of A and B occurring, which is 3 on 22. Cool, so what we're going to do is we're going to make all of these the same denominator, and it's all going to be over 44, and we've got 6 fours are 24, plus 15 minus 3 times 2, which is 6, and we find that that is going to be equal to 24 plus 15, 39, take 6 is 33 on 44. So we can say that in the end, guys, that therefore the probability of A or B, or the union of A and B, is equal to 0.75, because we know that 33 over 44 is equivalent to just 3 on 4. So this here is our answer right down the bottom. Now, guys, like with any probability question, the trick to doing these is understanding how we can manipulate these basic formulas that they give us to start with. And I promise when you're starting with probability, you might think it's daunting to remember all these probability questions, but if you just do enough of the problems, they'll just become second nature. It's no big deal. So what I would do is I would just make sure that you're well aware of how you can manipulate these, substitute in what you're given to start with into the formulas so you can see how much work is going to be required. But apart from that, it's just a matter of putting in the information, rearranging the formulas, and then coming out with your answers. So I hope that video helped, guys. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time on maths, science, and you name it, I'll try and do it. And if you have any new video ideas for me, if you've got any questions you would like me to answer, please leave them in the comments section below. I'm always on the lookout for new problems that are interesting to solve. So until next time, guys, just keep practicing, practicing, practicing. If you bash your head against the wall enough times, eventually the wall will fall down. But most of all, just make sure you keep on enjoying your maths.